Yep. Here we go. Trying to boot up this game. Okay, let's go. All right, here we go. Yep, this the next one. I don't foresee any issue with this, besides the fact that I never had any issues booting up these games from the Tales series. So, but yeah, so that's why I'm so optimistic about this. Never had issues, so here we go. It's RPG. I'm an RPG nut. I love RPGs. They're my favorite genre in video games. Always loved them ever since I was a kid. Yep. RPGs have a special place in my heart, and they will continue to be my favorite genre. So, yep. That's why people spend hours on them, because they're like endless games. You could level up, level grind, you could roam and shit. And, it's just fun. RPG games are great. Installing. I think it's got to install first. I just freed up some space before I recorded. There we go. It's going to have to install. I don't know how long it's going to take. But while it's installing, let's talk video games, shall we? Yep, been gaming since I was 9 years old. Started on Nintendo playing Super Mario. Yep. And that was it for me. It's pretty much it for me when I became a gamer. I remember prior to me playing games, I went to a relative's house, and I was about maybe 7. Maybe I was 6. I was probably 6. And they was playing Donkey Kong on the Atari system, which is a nice revolutionary in gaming. Atari, when it first came out, it was a revolutionary game console, And I would just sit there. I never wanted to play the game. I just sat there and watched it. I liked it, what I was seeing, but I never wanted to play it, so I remember that vividly. And after when I became a gamer, I used to go to relatives' house, and I always wanted to play the games with them after I became a gamer. So I remember I went to one relative's house. They had a Sega Genesis. I wanted that motherfucker so bad. My mom was like, shit, be happy with that Nintendo, But I said, Mom, they say Genesis does what Nintendo don't, She thought I was crazy when I said that. But yeah, when I went to the relative's house, and they had Genesis. I think they was playing Little Mermaid or some shit. I wanted to play that motherfucker. Mostly because they had the Genesis, not because of the game itself. So I ended up playing it and couldn't put it down because I was playing the Genesis. Ooh, I didn't give a fuck what game it was, man. I think it was Little Mermaid. I don't remember what game it was, but I know they had the Genesis, though. So, but when the Super Nintendo came out, it blew the Genesis out the water. Genesis, it was no match for Super Nintendo. It had a better sound chip. It had better graphics, and the games were presented better on the Super Nintendo as opposed to the Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis blew Nintendo out the water when it came out, for about 2 years. So they had 2 years of reigning supreme as being a better console. The Super Nintendo was like, we finna bounce back with the Super Nintendo, and that's what they did. So yeah, man. I like watching the channel VC Decide. That's what it's called. I think it's all one word. Let me repeat that. It's called VC Decide. That's the channel's name. He's been doing comparison videos for years now, since what, 2016, I think. I think it's 2017. I think the oldest one I saw was 2017. Yeah, I'm subscribed to. I like his game comparison videos, man. He has like a split screen. Like, he'll throw in, like, let's say Sonic the Hedgehog, for example. It'll be one side, it'd be the American version, and the other side, it would be the Japanese version. And I love to read the comments. They always say, "Oh, I think the so-and-so version is better." You know, others, "Oh, I disagree. I think this is the version." You know. Yeah, but the fanboys make me laugh the most, though. You know, they really do. And I think the lowest you can go on the internet is clicking on videos, knowing that you wouldn't want to. You're not going to watch the video. You just click on that particular video to make fun of people who like said video. That is fucking pathetic. You know, like, for example, you have Game Boys. Let's say they like the let's take this game called Earthworm Jim, for example. Okay, Earthworm Jim, right? Fantastic soundtrack. I only played on the Super Nintendo, never played on the Genesis. Fantastic soundtrack that game has. I prefer the Super Nintendo soundtrack over the Genesis. The Genesis ain't too bad. Super Nintendo just kills it to me. Perhaps because it's what I grew up hearing. So, but yeah, you have like a Genesis fanboy will jump on the soundtrack for the Super NES or Super Nintendo version just to troll. Just to, you know, push buttons of people who prefer the Super Nintendo. Oh, I don't like, they be like, "Oh, I don't like this. This sounds terrible. This sounds abysmal, blah, 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 blah." They just want to argue with you over a fucking opinion. You know what I'm saying? But what's not opinion is that the Super Nintendo had a better sound processor. They can do more with that as opposed to the Genesis sound processor. Because the Genesis came out in 1989, okay? And the Super Nintendo came out in 1991. So, you know, shit come out later, it's a better sound processor. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to GameStop tomorrow. I'm gonna try out these two games and play them thoroughly, because just in case I have another fucking defected game, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not going tomorrow. I'm gonna play these two games, and got a couple of movies that came in from Amazon. I thought they was both gonna come tomorrow, but they were in the mailbox, both of them at that. So I'm gonna be watching those tomorrow. I might watch one tonight. In fact, I am, as I'm eating. I'll watch one later on tonight as I'm eating. So I'm gonna play this game a little bit, probably maybe about an hour, and then I'm gonna eat me a little something and pop in one of my movies that I got from Amazon. I'm gonna watch the used one first, because I bought one new and one movie used. The used one is a special edition, so I'm gonna watch that first and see if it plays, of course. So that's what I'm gonna do for today. 94%, 95%. It's almost there. Almost there. Should have known it's going to take about 10 minutes to install or something like that. This is RPG after all. There's another RPG that it doesn't install. It's not mandatory that you install it. It's called Resonance of Fate. If you ever heard of it, a lot of people that game isn't really too hot. A lot of people are not into it. You know, I like it a lot. It's basically an RPG game with guns. You know, they all have guns. You could equip your gun. You can customize your gun, make it stronger or faster, shooting and shit. I think it's a very fun game, Resonance of Fate. Is it underrated? Yeah, I say a little bit it is. But anyways, with that game, you don't have to install the game. You just can play it. Talk about the PS3 version, of course, not the Xbox version. Because I first played it on the Xbox. And when I got rid of my Xbox, I ended up buying a PS3. I ended up playing that game on the PS3. But since I have a lot more space on my second PS3, I ended up installing it into the system so I could play even better. So that's the story for Resonance of Fate. Yeah, this one had a couple of fingerprints on it. That's about it. I wiped them off, of course. Jesus Christ. I hope this doesn't get copyrighted. I'm playing this song. I'm risking it, though. I'm risking playing this. Because it depends on the song. Oh, she's singing in English. She cute. Damn, that's a big motherfucker. This the Tales series, I'm glad it's not like Final Fantasy. I'm glad. I don't want like another fucking Final Fantasy with a different name. You know what I'm saying? Because Final Fantasy specializes in beauty. They really do. Beautiful environments and shit. This game, the Tales series do too. You know, but not like Final Fantasy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad it's different. I mean, the game mechanics is different from playing a Final Fantasy same. It's not a turn-based. It's in real time and shit. But some people prefer real time over turn-based games. I wish that our hearts could be one. Like a flame or some shit. Oh, there was a flame. Oh, that's nice. I like that opening. Look, dude. It's an enemy, man. Okay, I'm gonna start playing this game now. And, I'll update you in the comments section of this video if it worked or not. It's going to be a while. I'm going to play it for a while before I go in the comment section to tell you if it worked. But so far, so good, as you can see. So, this is Y Chromosome signing out. Peace and love, and thank you for watching.